Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I don't know how long ago this will be by the time I post this, but one of my more recent videos was one where I reacted to your love at Deepspace confessions. That was a video I made when I just managed to hit 1,000 subscribers, and one of the confessions that was there, actually, well, you know, I'll just put it here for context so you know what I mean. The fic I'm currently writing about him is the most diabolical, and I mean devious. It involves unscrambled eggs in places, maybe. Oh my god. It involves unscrambled eggs in places, maybe. Okay, next one, he did be freaking like that. When you finished, I beg for you to send me a link to that, please. I want to read it. I want to read it. I need to read it. It's not a one, it's an I need to read this. I need to read this. Send it to me, please. So the person that made that confession, they actually sent me an email, which you should totally use, by the way. They sent me an email with the finished fic in it, and incidentally she and I have actually become pretty good friends, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I knew as soon as I heard that, I was like, I wanted to read this. And then I read the tags and I was like, I don't know if YouTube's gonna let me get away with this, but I'm really eager to read this. I don't know why, but I'm like, I just want to share it with you guys, because if I have to quote unquote suffer, then you guys have to suffer with me. So join me as I read the fic about the unscrambled eggs, as it were. I'm going to put my glasses on because otherwise I'm going to strain my eyes and that's not good. So please ignore the glare, I know it's really, really annoying. So the title is Sweet Fantasy and immediately reminds me of Sweet, sweet fantasy, baby, open my eyes. Yeah, anyway, that one. The first chapter is called An Old Man Gets Egged, Has to De-egg Himself Later. I don't know. He lands in a field of wildflowers, stretching far and wide over rolling hills. Thick, white clouds lazily floated through blue skies as the sun shone through the pots. It's spring, it's serene, and it makes him sleepy. The wanderer next to him gives one last roar, instantly shattering the peaceful moment. Within the next few seconds, it collapses in a pile of ash, its protocol finding its way into Lumiere's palm, only to be crushed into nothing. Exhaustion weighs on him, a yawn is forced out of him. The sweet smell of flowers call out to him invitingly. He tells himself just a quick nap, decides that yes, he was going to have a quick nap in a field of flowers again. Then he would return to Lincoln. When he comes to, it's slow. He feels sluggish. His tongue is a heavy weight in his mouth, and his throat is sticky and full of saliva. His fingers are slow to respond, almost lagging behind what his brain is commanding them to do. His eyes are hazy, but he can tell he slept longer than he liked. Through the haze, he sees an explosion of reds and golds. He also sees a giant blob hovering over his face. Oh gosh, here we go. His body instinctively jerks, his sword forming in his palm as he rolls out from under it, but he can't move. His evil is weak, the sword disappearing with weak sparks of light. His wrists and legs are bound now, noticeably tighter than when he was sleeping. A strange sweetness floods his tongue, warm, wet, and sticky, and trickles down his throat. This is when I start to get nervous. Oh no, that is correct. That is the reaction you have. Something, whatever, appendage, tentacle this thing is, wriggles inside his mouth. He instinctively bites down, struggling to free himself as more of the appendages surround him. His mouth once again fills with that thick, sticky fluid in a steady stream. Involuntarily, his body jerks, and in an effort not to choke on the strange fluid, he swallows. Some curiously drag on his costume, giving curious pokes and swats, while the others appear almost razor sharp and swipe at his clothes. It's getting freaky. His mind is hazy. Distantly, he hears the sound of something ripping, followed by bare skin becoming more exposed to the afternoon breeze. He becomes more lax the more the liquid trickles down his throat. Muscles relax, a blanket of warmth floats over him and settles into his bones. Its tentacles caress his exposed body, poking and prodding at his face, his chest, moving Okay, we're gonna start censoring from here on out, because otherwise YouTube literally will not monetize this video. So yeah, just bear with me, okay guys. Prodding at his face, his chest, moving lower and lower until it reaches his rooster. His hips twitch, back arching as a tentacle wraps himself around him and tugs. It's just tug of war YouTube, I promise, I promise. The sound that comes out of him is broken and desperate, needy almost. His mind is fogged. He can't bring himself to care about the blob hovering over his head. What the heck is that thing? Or the fact that another tentacle explores even further and pokes at his hole curiously. Reflexively, he clenched. Never taken, Reflexively, he clenched, never having taken anything there besides his own fingers. It doesn't seem to mind though, and more of that sweet liquid floods his mouth to the point he finds himself eagerly waiting for more. So I'm assuming the liquid is the aphrodisiac. I'm assuming that's what's like making him chill and stuff. Whatever. He suckles greedily, tongue swirling around the tip and moaning wantonly as it... wantonly? Wantonly. What? I'm overthinking this. Swirling around the tip and moaning wantonly as it awards him with more. The tentacle poking at his hole excreted slick and circles his entrance again, curiously prodding. Xavier's legs spread wider, presenting himself even further as it pushes forward with absolutely no preparation done. Only there's no resistance, and with a squeak of surprise, he's being split open easily by a curious wriggling tentacle that slides further and further up into him, that it has him shaking, tears pricking at his eyes as it keeps filling him, splitting him in half until he can feel its thickness in his stomach. It shouldn't be possible, but he can't be bothered to care as it moves, wriggling and twisting and thrusting so far until his eyes roll back and he's releasing ropes of I don't know what to replace this with. Deadass don't know. I deadass don't know what to replace this with, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. I can't say milk because that just has another weird connotation to it. Guys, I don't know. I don't know why the fuck I did this. Hold on. I'm actually thinking, give me a second. I should play like the Jeopardy music here because I literally don't know. Because I've roosted, that's easy enough. Actually, I deadass don't know. I deadass don't know. I literally don't know. Okay, alright. Okay, listen. You know what? It's fine. Right, okay. So let's just go back a little bit. It shouldn't be possible, but he can't be bothered to care as it moves, wriggling and twisting and thrusting so far into him his eyes roll back and he's releasing ropes of you-know-what into the tentacle still fondling his rooster. Within minutes, he's a mess. Drool pulling in his mouth and trickling down his chin as he sucks on the tentacle with a desperation he's never felt. Rooster flushed and twitching. You know what? This is so stupid. You know what? Coating both himself and the tentacle still stroking. The tentacle in his ass doesn't stop. I'm British. The tentacle in his ass doesn't stop writhing. It stuffs him to the brim. One of his hands is freed, and he brings it to the bulge very I'm instinctively speaking quicker because I want this to be over. Sorry, let me slow down. It stuffs him to the brim. One of his hands are freed and he brings it to the bulge, barely visible through the skin of his stomach. He can feel its thickness inside and presses down on it. It rides inside of him. Its movements now turning into a steady pace of thrust, and at the same time, a broken noise makes its way past his stuffed mouth as he's brought to another orgasm. He doesn't know how long he's there, spread open and ruined in broad daylight for anyone to see. Yeah, imagine if someone just walked in and be like, oh, so that's what you're doing. I'm gonna just leave. He's pumped full of tentacles, two more smaller appendages entering his gaping hole at the same time as the first. Jesus Christ. Together they coil and wrap around each other, scraping against its walls to trigger another weak orgasm. They're coiled together and uncoil one last time. The smaller tentacles unwinding themselves and spreading his hole out wider than the first had. It happens so fast he doesn't realize it until too late. What? Oh god. The big tentacle still fucking him vibrates. How does that even work? What? And goodness does it make him sob. There's a fat bulge prodding against his entrance, and with the help of the vibrations, it slides past the ring and slides up into him, until something solid and hot lands in his stomach. Oh my god, I just remembered. Oh, for fuck's sake. This is the unscrambled egg part. This is, yes. Fuck. He isn't sure if he screams it out around the tentacle in his mouth. Nonetheless, his back arches, presenting himself even more as the next egg follows behind the first. The egg slides through the tentacle and into Xavier with no problem. Now it's a matter of how many more eggs does he have to take whilst being fucked into oblivion. He took 12 more He took 12 more eggs. In total, he has 14 eggs inside of him. They don't feel uncomfortable and make his stomach bulge out as if he were going through a second trimester. By the time it's finished laying its eggs in him, it left. It just goes like, alright, bye. Wrap it up, boys. Alright. Xavier, through all his hazy delirium, took another nap that lasted. He got attacked by a tentacle monster, got pregnant by it, and he's just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna sleep. That's actually kind of funny. Xavier, through all this hazy delirium, took another nap that lasted until he got too cold. The chill of the evening setting in. His clothes lay tattered around him, absolutely nothing left for him to put on except for his boots. There was no trace of the wanderer left. He feels his belly, cradling it with a gentleness that surprises him. Even stranger, there's an absence of something, perhaps logic, disgust. He feels like he's missing something. He doesn't know when they will come out, or if he should risk seeking it out. I think that's the least you should do, mate. He doesn't want to answer unnecessary questions like, how the fuck did this happen? And he doesn't want to let anyone touch his eggs that he finds himself feeling emotions about. Maybe that wanderer had done something to alter his brain, because now he feels rage at the thought of someone else touching his clutch. Right now, he needs some place to nest, to birth. Eventually they'll need to come out, but he's not sure when. His apartment probably wouldn't do. He couldn't exactly teleport with eggs shifting inside of him. Yeah, you don't want to like... What am I reading? He'd have to go somewhere where he wouldn't be recognized. And with more clothes. That's it. That's how it ends. My hair is crazy. I'm sorry. I think it reflects the craziness that's a fic, so I think it's actually quite appropriate. Yeah. I don't know why I did this, but actually I do know why I did this. I wanted to do it because I thought it'd be funny. It was funny. It was more disturbing than funny, but I still had a lot of fun. Also, like I said, this person, I know her now and she's a friend of mine, so I'm not gonna go too hard on her. It was really nicely written. I'll give it that much. But yes, I actually do want to start a new series on my channel where I just read weird fics. If you guys have seen, read, or written any like weird fan fictions, then please send them to me via my email. Like, yes, just use that, do that. Or you can send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram. And once again, plugging them because I want you guys to follow me there. So yeah, just send me like any weird fan fictions. They don't have to just be love and Deepspace related, because they don't have to just be love and Deepspace related, because I did say in my confessions video that I do want to like diversify my content, even though Infold is forcing me to stick to love and Deepspace with how much of stuff they do. But yes, it could be literally anything from any fandom, regardless of whether I know it or not. Like just something that's weird and crazy, fucked up, something that kept you like, yeah, just send it to me and I'll read it, and I'll probably like lose aspects of my life doing it, but it's all for entertainment. So yeah, I don't know how much of this I'm gonna be able to put on YouTube. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to put it on at all. At the very least, I don't know how I'm gonna monetize it. Please, please, please. But we'll have to see, because this was actually quite enjoyable. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And I'll see you in the next video, whichever the hell that ends up being. Bye-bye.
Ready.